And let's use Cellphon's effect. If nothing happens, I don't know. I can take a look at my opponent's hand and snipe a card out of it. That's the best I can do. Hi guys, welcome to a new Dr. Vash recording. This time we're playing Yugioh Master Duel. I tried to stream today, but that is not happening. So we're just going to do a basic recording. So today we're going to be playing Morphtronics because we're playing this deck before Tearlaments come into the picture. When Tearlaments come, the game is going to become a lot different. So in this deck profile, with Morphtronics, our goal is to get 3 copies of Telephone in the field or graveyard, 1 or 2 or 3. And everything in this deck is tailored to get this guy out as soon as possible. So everything in this deck is a rounded 2-card combo, but if it resolves, we can infinitely summon. And if we can infinitely summon, we are going to troll our opponent. So a quick little deck profile here. We have 3 copies of Cellphone because it can summon Telephone. 3 copies of Smartphone because we can add Telephone to our hand. We want to keep our monsters in attack position, and the entire goal of this deck is to bring out big synchros that we can rip cards out of our opponent's hands, and we're going to try to aim to rip 3 cards out of their hand if we can go first. If we go second, I don't know, we just pray a little bit. We have 1 copy of Jet Synchron because if it's engraved, we can just use it. I see it come out. 2 copies of Maxi, 3 copies of Ash Blossom because you kind of need to have them. 1 copy of Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. He is needed to be in the deck at all times. If he's not in the deck, we're screwed. 3 copies of Gadget Gamer because another way to get to Telephone. 1 copy of Scannin. Scannin. Let's just add a Speller or Morphtronic Speller Trap. We just add Morphtronic Converter and we convert Scannin into Telephone and infinitely summon. 1 copy of Smoke Grenade of the Thief. This card 100% should be banned. However, since no meta decks can use it, it's kind of flying under the radar right now. 1 copy of Theron King Regulus. He's an Omni Negate. 1 copy of Rod of Silence. So this card, when equipped to a monster, negates and destroys all other cards equipped to that monster. So this card negates and destroys Smoke Grenade of the Thief. And when Smoke Grenade of the Thief is destroyed, I look at my opponent's hand and I discard 1 card from their hand. We have 2 copies of Called By, 1 copy of Crossout. If Crossout or Called By was higher, we would run it, but unfortunately we can't. And this deck kind of auto loses to Ash Blossom and Maxi. I might be able to deck my opponent out with if he has Maxi, but it's not really a risk we need to take. I just rather scoop and Maxi is resolved. And extra deck consists of Heir of the Arclight just for a negate, Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitch is just amazing. This card lets us essentially synchro and add a card to our hand. Busted card. Morphtronic Earphone, rarely summoned, but if we go second, we will summon it. Naturia Beast negates all spell cards for free. TG Hyper Librarian, 100% of flex in every synchro deck, but in this deck it's a lot easy to go to. Excel Synchron, rare to be summoned. Coral Dragon, pretty rare. Ancient Fairy Dragon, rare, but I do summon it from time to time. Chaos Ruler, this is the main problem card. Since he can bring himself back from the graveyard, he's essentially a vanilla that can bring himself back from the grave. And we have Infernal Knight Emperor Charles, who lets me equip Smoke Grenade of the Thief and destroy another card. Power Tool Braver equips from the deck. Baron de Fleur is a negate, and on top of that, we can also use Baron to bring back Power Tool Braver Dragon to snipe another card out of our opponent's hand, because he equips on summon from deck or grave. So we equip these 3 equip spells to him. Smoke Grenade, Metal Silver, and Rod of Silence. Go him onto him, and then Rod destroys these 2 cards, and then Smoke Grenade activates. So that's our entire game plan. And we have 1 Link Karibo. Link Karibo is mostly here, so we can Link climb into Barricade. For this monster right here is just a dark monster, and Cupid is a light, which lets us bring back Chaos Ruler, who's lets us summon himself by banishing 1 light and 1 dark. And then last, Mecha Phantom Beast Orion, because this card should be banned, or Oradon. He should be banned, but he's not. So I can summon him with 2+ machine monsters, and yeah, Telephone Infinite Summon deck. Let's hop into the gameplay. Oh, okay, cool. My opponent lets me go first. That means I get to snipe out the kaijus and you're going second cards. I mean, if I don't break, of course. Yeah, I think I'm just going to attempt to play through Maxi if he has it. I mean, you're spending a long time thinking over there, brother. Alright, let us hope that he has no clue how to play against Morphtronic. I need a card to discard. Gotta remember to always summon your Morphtronics and attack with him. So this card I contributed to Gadget Gamer. I contribute Gadget Gamer to special summon gadgets from my, not gadgets. Special summon a Morphtronic from hand. Next I'm going to activate Gadget Hauler to discard Morphtronics. And I'm going to discard Cellphone and Telephone. And with this, he gains attack. Honestly, that doesn't matter. So, Telephone's effect is I roll a dice, and depending on the dice roll, I can summon a monster, a Morphtronic monster, the level equal to or less than that monster's level. But, since all my monsters are level 1, the dice roll is always guaranteed to do a summon. I'm going to link off the one that just uses effect. And then I get to use his effect again. I see my opponent has Nibiru. Yeah, Nibiru should have been activated right there. My guess, my opponent does not have Nibiru. And now activate your effect. My opponent's being a good sport. Going to Link Climb. Now Aurora Dawn lets me summon 3 tokens. I have any point in using negations right now. Next, we're going to summon O-Lion from the deck. And going to TG Hyper Librarian. Summon her in the extra deck monster zone since we're done link summoning. I always summon everything in attack position in this deck because I've misplayed so many times. Next, we're going to go into Cupid Pit. Draw an increased level by 1. Next, we're going to go into Chaos Ruler. And now we're going to take a peek at our opponent's hand. Okay, so you can activate Chaos Ruler to mill a whole bunch of cards. There's no point. Okay, what was my opponent got cooking over there? Oh, okay, cool. Summon your Dark Magician. And now it's time to be toxic. Power Tool Braver. Draw a card and then equip 3 spells from my deck. One. 2. 3. Now my cards are negated. I draw a card and then I get to look at my opponent's hand. Yeah, your hand's looking terrible. Activate his effect again. Then we're going to summon Baron. another card. So I know what's in his hands now. There's no point in being afraid. Here's Dark Magician. Okay. So Chaos Ruler brings himself back, as I said in the deck profile. Then we're going to summon Emperor Charles. Draw ourselves another card. And now we're going to stack our deck. So we know exactly what we're going to draw next. Of course we roll a 1 right there. And let us end our turn there. And then Charles' effect will activate to destroy Smoke Grenade of the Thief. Okay, I'm going to get rid of your Karibo again! One, two. I really want the equips in my hand. And then using Baron de Fleur's effect, I take another peek at his hand. Yeah, I'm going to negate that. Okay. And then let's equip you with this. Let's get rid of his other Dark Magician in hand so he can't fuse. I don't really. He can draw a singular card. That's all he has. That's all he can do. Let's see what he drew it into. So yeah, that's the toxicity of this deck. Going first again, let's go. But I do think this deck is fun. Certainly fun to troll friends with it. However, I don't think that it's a very... I open with 2 equipped cards in my hand. This is the stupidness I be talking about. If I get asked, I lose. Yeah, I'm gonna summon Selfine, special summon Gadget Hauler. And let's use Selfine's effect. If nothing happens, I don't know. I can take a look at my opponent's hand and snipe a card out of it. That's the best I can do. Okay, I rolled a 6. There is high hopes for this one. Okay, got 2 Selfine. Come on, okay. Okay, there we go, got a Telefon. Oh yeah, I wasn't even able to synchro summon. I keep forgetting Selfon's not a tuner. Do this. Alright, I guess I can just snipe a card out whenever I want to, huh? Yeah, actually, I think I can snipe 4 cards from their hand, depending on... This is a brick, but it's not like the worst brick ever. In my opponent's hand. It's another Dark Magician player. Get rid of that skill drain out of your hand, where that becomes a problem. I don't really even need you. In his hand, so I no longer need these cards to be on. Okay. Now we're gonna have a pretty hilarious hand if I don't roll any, like, okay, a 3, 1, 2, okay, okay. Time to start the infinite summons. I know, game. Then we're going to equip all 3 of these cards onto him and do the same thing again. This time we're going to pull it from our deck. Negate, negate, draw, snipe a card, put a circle, This field just barely worked out. If I didn't hit the coin toss, draw is in. No point of activating any more effect. One light, one dark. Going to Charles, and we're going to call it a wrap there. Hi guys, voiceover Vash here is going over the so voiceover Vash is here because midway through me playing this, my recording, just like my stream, just decided to stop on me. However, I was able to keep the rest of this, and we're just gonna go over the rest of the video like this. So yeah, at this point I have Chaos Ruler and Morphtronic Telephone and these 2 idiots on board. So I'm just going to summon Charles and call it a turn. So with Charles being up on the board like this, it allows me to snipe another card out of their hand so that they have 100% no hope. So this is going to become the 3rd card that I'm going to snipe. I'm summoning Link Haribo for safety. In phase, Charles effect equips, and on this equip I can destroy a spell. And doing this, I can take 1 look at my opponent's hand. I get rid of Timaeus, the United Dragon, and prevent him from fusion summoning because he could still fusion summon. So I didn't want him to do that. And then last but not least, we're going to activate Burn the Floor's effect to summon Power Tool Braver. Braver's effect activates again. We're going to activate Smoke Grenade, and we're going to remove Rivalry of the Warlords and leave him with nothing. And he proceeds to scoop. I mean, it's not like there's any surprises left. Dark Magicians is a straightforward deck. The best thing he could have done was summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, and that pretty much was his entire turn. But like, you know, Dark Magician Girl does not do anything alone. You need support with them. So he just lost. We're going to put this deck down for a little bit. I might run it against friends, but just playing online with this is a little bit toxic. I do hope they ban Smoke Grenade of the Thief, even though I have 4 copies of it. So yeah, I'm just going to look at this deck one more time. So I'm going to do a little bit something different. Let's take a look. So the pros of this deck is you can snipe upwards of 4 cards from your opponent's hand, but from the downside of the deck, you need 2 cards to really go off, 2 to 3 cards, and 1 Ash Blossom tends to end your entire play. I'm a little bit down in rank because I'm just grinding the gems before Tearlaments hit, but pretty much if you get Foolish Burial, one of the Telephons, have a Telephon in hand, the entire combo is live. And after a certain extent, not even Nibiru can stop you. And also, if you open, and you're never going to open with Rod of Silence and Smoke Grenade of the Thief. That one game was literally just a fluke. But with both of them in hand, you can snipe 2. That's how you can snipe 4 cards. On average, you can get around 3 cards. If you're really unlucky, just 1. 1 or 2. I typically go full, but as you see, most of the cards you draw via TG Hyper Librarian doesn't matter. You're mostly drawing the bricks that are more for extensions than they are for anything else. But yeah, this deck, I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's definitely has its weak points, but it's really good. So, thank you for stopping by the video, guys. Please like and subscribe if you made it this far, and I'll see you in the future. Goodbye.